Boy, you are a sight for sore eyes. You really are. And I want to congratulate Jonathan, everyone who put the Tea Party together. Did you see this yesterday? Did you know you're now part of an official national security threat? Yesterday, the Department of Homeland Security warned local law enforcement officials against a rise in, quote, right-wing extremist activity, including groups that reject federal authority in favor of state or local authority. Any of you here today? And it goes on in this intelligence footnote to say, which, quote, may include individuals dedicated to a single issue, such as opposition to abortion or immigration. Since when did it become extreme to speak out for strong borders? And when did it become extreme to speak out for pro-life issues?
That's right.
And when did it become extreme to disagree publicly with conviction with your federal government? We are a nation of laws. This is our constitutional right to meet today and speak out and disagree. Thank you. This is what I hear whenever I tell Nancy Pelosi it's our money, not hers. So here's what we do. We are an overtaxed nation. We are a debtor nation, and we are not the America we know we can be. And let me ask you, how many of us here today enjoy a better life than what our parents enjoyed? How many of us enjoy a better life? Now, here's a big question. How many believe your children or grandchildren will enjoy a better life than you will? That's if we don't get our spending under control. If lawmakers refuse to understand it's our money, it's not Washington, it's not Austin, it's ours. And if we don't stop looking to the government to solve every challenge that faces us, here's what worries me. We will be the first generation of Americans to have failed our children. We are here at the Tea Party because we refuse to fail that test. We're going to meet it. And we cannot tax and spend and borrow our way to prosperity. I think we all know that. The reason, and Jonathan mentioned it, but the reason I live here at home, commute to work in Washington each week, I want to stay close to the neighborhoods, the people I represent, but it means I have a 7 and 10-year-old realized the other day neither boys had ever seen me during the middle of the week, except for holidays. And my thinking was the reason I fought for 2.5 years to get on the Ways and Means Committee was because if I'm going to be away from my family every week, I want to be on a committee where we can lower taxes, where we can reform welfare, where we can, and you all know this, but where I stand on tax reform, I want to get the IRS completely and totally out of our lives. Lead the Fair Tax in Congress. John Linder and I serve on the Ways and Means Committee because our children don't have to live under the same burdensome, complex, persecuting tax code that you and I have today, and that a lot of us face exactly today. But why I'm here is what frightens me most is the amount of debt our nation is taking on. The spending, I can't think of a word. It's unimaginable. It's immoral. We will have nearly a $2 trillion deficit just this year. I mean, $2 trillion. And we all know there's no free money. Someone, somewhere, someday is going to have to pay for it. And it's not going to be the wealthy. Washington would have to raise taxes, but have to double taxes on every American to try to even come close to pay for the spending we are doing today, whether it is the porculus or the omnibus bill or the Obama budget or on and on. I took a look at the House budget that passed, unfortunately, united by Republicans against it. And I'm not sure if we follow that road, we will see a balanced budget again in our lifetime. And I'm not exaggerating, folks, in our lifetime. much less pay down our debt. And if this government doesn't, I'm glad you raised the issue of bailouts. If we don't get the government out of this free market system, we may never recover as an America. We may never have an economic recovery. And let me finish with this. Everywhere I go, in our district, we have 11 counties and 8 districts, really good people all throughout. Everywhere I go, the Texans ask one question. What do we do to turn this country around? I get asked that, I bet, 50 times a day. And here's my two suggestions. One, don't give up. Today has got to be the start, not the finish of what we're trying to do if we want to turn this country around. And I firmly believe in Noah's principle, which is, we got plenty of people telling us it's raining. We need people who pick up a hammer and build the ark. And we've got the people here today who are going to pick up the hammer and help turn this country back around. So that's my first request, is don't give up. And if you ask if you're making a difference, because some people are, I think that's hardly marginalizes. They say, well, this isn't going to lead to anything. I know it already is having an impact. Before we left for Easter recess, the Republican Study Committee, that's the conservatives in the House, I'm on the board along when we were sitting down, Mike Pence, Jeff Flake, Jeff Hensley, and myself are encouraging other members of Congress to get involved in Tea Parties, help the Tea Party movement reach what it can do. And someone at that meeting made the point, as we were looking at the far left, who are insisting on more spending and more gun control and a weaker military and amnesty and on and on and on. And someone made the point, the problem isn't with those who attend the Tea Parties, the problem is with the members of Congress who won't attend them. That's where we need to turn the volume of what we're doing up all across this country, including in San Francisco, including in Nevada, and everywhere else around. Final suggestion. Washington may be the symptom. There may even be a bigger problem we've got here. You probably saw the Fox News poll the other day, a survey of Americans, and it showed that 52% of those polled believe it's America's responsibility to provide them housing. Nearly half said it is the American government's responsibility to provide them a job. No wonder government's growing. And here at home, I think part of our challenge is going to be not only to get the attention of Washington, I think we're going to have to educate our young people about America, that we are not a land of entitlement, we're a land of opportunity. Got to convince them, like the Tea Party has already laid out, that a government big enough to supply everything you need is big enough to take everything you have. And that's what we face today. Victory in this country, we have a great country. But victories and issues like this go to those who believe the deepest and who believe the longest, who believe the deepest, who believe the longest, who won't quit until America stands again for freedom in principle. That's our challenge. Let it start here, let it start today, and let it start with all of us. God bless you. Thank you.